Stephen Carroll is here with business. A huge payout, quite unbelievable this actually, for the Rome trader Jérôme Kerviel, Stephen.
He's the man who lost Société Générale almost €5 billion and was jailed for fraud. But a French Labour court held on Tuesday that the bank had unfairly dismissed him back in 2008 and awarded him more than €450,000. Now, Société Générale says the decision is scandalous and is appealing. For Jérôme Kerviel's lawyer, though, it's a landmark step given the bank had always denied being aware of his activities.
It
is the first time that a French jurisdiction admits and recognizes that Société Générale had full knowledge of Jérôme Kerviel's activities before 2008.
Now, staying in France, and how job seekers are reaping the benefits of the European Football Championship.
Now, there are lots of sectors of the French economy that stand to benefit from France hosting this competition, but in the security sector, some 5,000 jobs have been up for grabs. Job seekers and others are racing to complete their training in time, though, as Emerald Maxwell now reports.
In this exam room, the stress is palpable. These 10 candidates have just days to get their security guard licenses to be able to work at the European Championships. Football fan Johan dreams of working at the event, and it's an opportunity for the airport security guard to add a prestigious role to his CV.
It was quite hard, especially with the added stress, but it went relatively well.
The third biggest sporting event in the world presents a considerable security challenge, with France on high terror alert. Some 13,000 guards are needed alongside police and soldiers to provide security for the event. With unemployment running at over 10%, the Euros offer an opportunity for many job seekers. Training programs like this one are running till the last minute.
I'm really excited to start working, because for a long time I worked in security.
Despite his experience, it's not to be for Ousmane, who fails to pass his practical exam. There's good news for Johan, though, who gets his license. He's looking forward to the challenge, despite the potential threat of terrorism.
We think about it all the time, every day. Now our role is even more important. We need to reassure people. Above all, it's our job, so we need to get on with it.
The Euro 2016 governing body UEFA has put €3 million towards guarding the event, with the French state making up the rest of an estimated €24 million security bill.
Let's take a look at what's happening on the markets for you next. European shares opening generally down at the start of this trading day. Despite a rally in oil prices in the United States yesterday, oil companies still trading quite flat in Europe. The biggest movement is on Royal Dutch Shell. Their shares up by about 0.5%. Over in Asia, the Nikkei in Tokyo beat the trend on the Asian markets, finishing up just almost 1% by the end of the day. That's after Japan had its growth figures revised up for the first quarter of the year. Small falls in Shanghai and in Hong Kong, though, this after the Chinese central bank predicted a fall in exports again this year. Some more of the day's business headlines for you now. American regulators have warned banks about the potential for cyber attacks on the SWIFT messaging system. SWIFT is used for processing payments between banks and was at the centre of the theft of $81 million from Bangladesh's account at the Federal Reserve of New York earlier this year. The warning comes after the FBI told banks a few weeks ago to pay special attention to potentially fraudulent transfer requests. Ralph Lauren is to cut more than 1,000 jobs in an effort to reduce costs. The US fashion brand is closing around 50 stores, some 10% of its total, and will focus on its core Ralph Lauren and Polo brands. The company's trying to save around $200 million this year to cope with falling revenues. And Amazon is investing another $3 billion in India. The online retailer has already put $2 billion into the Indian market in 2014, where it operates a marketplace site and delivery service. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos says he sees huge potential in the Indian economy.
Now, back here in France, a new investment opportunity for people who like their glass of wine. So that, in other words, means everyone.
Yes, and also this does not involve just buying a bottle of wine and hiding it under the stairs until it becomes more valuable. French wine producers do need investments, but they're now looking towards smaller investors. A former winemaker in Bordeaux quit his job to set up the crowdfunding website called Wine Funding to raise money for smaller chateaux. Among the projects on the site include helping to transform vineyards into biodynamic producers. Now, your investment however small, can be repaid in wine rather than in money, if you prefer.
I think I'd definitely go for that option. Thank you very much, Stephen on France 24. Nikki.